Hello everyone. If you are in, you can just type on the comment section and say you are in so that we can start our lesson. So let all the students communicate in the wall and tell them that the class has begun. If you are in, just comment and say you are in so that I'll know how many students are in so far. So in matrices, we starting with order of a matrix. Just comment and say you are in. Elvis, welcome, you are in. I'm in. Another person. You can see so far we are 5 in class. Esther Nyambula in, thank you. Keep joining, keep joining. Keep commenting whether you are in or on or not. So far, Mark Elvis, Esther Nyambula, Esther Guat, Nelson. Jelly Jogona. Jelly Jogona. So I think we will continue because of time. Let the rest keep on joining as we proceed. At least this being alive, they can rewind and see what we are doing. So, good morning once more. I hope you are doing well. And in this session, we will be running on matrices. And matrices is a topic that is in Form 3 and it is assessed in Paper 1. In our last lessons, we did statistics and we also introduced ourselves to indices. But today, let us work on matrices. So, for us to start our lesson, I've written here that we will start from order of a matrix. And before we start from the order of a matrix, we need to understand what a matrix is. So, matrix, in simple terms, we can define matrix as a set of numbers, written in a row and column manner. Written in a row and column manner. A matrix is a set of numbers written in a row and column manner. So by saying a row and a column manner, rows move horizontally. This is row number 1 and this is row number 2. but columns move vertically. This is column 1 and this is column 2. So numbers, or a set of numbers written in form of rows and in form of columns, is what we call a matrix. A good example of a matrix, we can say A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D is an example of a matrix because these numbers, this is a set of numbers that have been written in rows and in columns. So generally, that is what we call a matrix. If we may have another real example, we can have 1, 2, negative 1, 4. 1, 2, negative 1, 4 is also another example of a matrix because it is written in row form and in column form. So by understanding the matrix now, what a matrix is, some of the applications of matrices in real life situations, since a majority of you here are students, check out your seating arrangement in class. You have a desk mate and you have been arranged in rows and in columns. So that is a good example of what we call a matrix. And a matrix is very, very important when it comes to application or in real life situations because it brings about order. Because if you are allowed to sit just like that, there would be no order in that classroom. So now the fact that we have now defined a matrix, this can also be a matrix. 1, 2, 4. That is also a matrix. That can also be a matrix. 3, 0, 5. That can also be considered as a matrix. So what you need to understand is that we have got different types of matrices, and now before we start we will learn on order of a matrix. Order of a matrix. Order of a matrix. Concerning the order of a matrix, for us to read the order of a matrix, we start from the row, then the column. So the order of a matrix, for example, let us use examples. For example, we have a matrix ABCD. We have a matrix ABCD. So having our matrix ABCD, we need to understand how many rows it has. Rows, and we said rows are the horizontal set of numbers. We have 1, 2. So we have 2 rows here. And about columns, we have 1, 2. We have 2 columns. So for us to find the order of this matrix, the order is in form of row by column. Row by column. So this is not multiplication. This X here means by. It simply means by. Therefore, our order of this matrix will be 2 by 2. So we can simply say that ABCD matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. ABCD is a 2 by 2 matrix. Let's proceed to example 2. Example 2, we have a matrix 1, 0, 4. We have a matrix 1, 0, 4. We have a matrix 1, 0, 4. In our matrix 1, 0, 4, we want to find the order find the order of that matrix. Remember, our first subtopic is order of a matrix. So for us to find the order of this matrix, we said first we must check out the number of rows that we have. Rows. And we said rows are arranged horizontally. Rows are arranged horizontally. So we have 1, 2, 3. So how many rows do we have? We have 3 rows in this case. Columns. Our columns are, they are arranged vertically. So our column is 1. This one is just one column. So our column is going to be 1. So when we have our column as 1, our order will be, this is a 3 by 1 matrix. It is a 3 by 1 matrix. It is a 3 by 1 matrix. It is a 3 by 1 matrix. So let's proceed. Example 3. We have matrix 1, 2, 4. We have matrix 1, 2, 4. In matrix 1, 2, 4, we need to count the number of rows that we have. Rows. So, how many rows are in this matrix? How many rows are in this matrix? Type it down on your comment section. How many rows are in this matrix? See, this matrix had 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. Then what about this? How many rows are there? Just type the answer on the comment section. We have to engage in class. So how many? How many rows? How many rows are there? How many rows are there? I'm waiting. So we have 1 row. We have 1 row. Correct, Nelson. 1 row. How many columns? How many columns? Merimbolo, welcome. 3 columns. Correct. Jerry Jogona. Rows 1, Jerry Jogona, Nelson, 3 columns, correct. So if we have 1 row and 3 columns, we can therefore conclude that our order is 1 by 3. Our order is 1 by 3. Our order is 1 by 3. So seeing that you have understood on order, I want to give you an assignment. And with a new student on board, I may probably introduce her. We have a student by the name Fatuma Abdi, and she joined us today. So let's welcome her on board. Welcome Fatuma Abdi, so that we can demystify and simplify maths together. This is a platform where we convert confusion into clarity. So I want to give you some work on order. Identify the order of the following matrices. Identify the order of the following matrices. Identify the order of the following matrices. Number 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 1, negative 3, negative 4. Number 2 is 3, 2 1 5 2 1 6 3 2 1. Just identify the order in those two matrices and you will submit that as part of your assignment. You will submit that as part of your assignment. So very fast, I want us now to discuss on addition and subtraction of matrices. 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 So if this is your first time to be in my YouTube channel, ensure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you will always be updated on every activity that we will be doing. So correct, I can see you have understood. Let's continue. Addition and subtraction of matrices. What we need to understand is that only matrices of the same order, only, underline the word only, matrices of the same order, only matrices of the same order can be added or subtracted, can be added or subtracted. Only matrices of the same order can be added or subtracted. So we can only add or subtract matrices of the same order. But if matrices do not belong to the same order, you are not supposed to add them, neither are you supposed to subtract them. So let us have this as our example number 1. Example number 1, how do we add matrices? How do we add matrices? So let us have example number 1. 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2, 1, 4, negative 2. How are we supposed to add matrices? So for us to add matrices, we add corresponding values. We add corresponding values. We add corresponding values. By saying corresponding values, we mean before we get to this, so before we get to this, let me simplify this in simple terms. For us to add and subtract matrices, we add and subtract matrices of the same corresponding values. So a good example, if we have A, B, C, D plus E, F, G, H, our answer should be A plus E, A plus E, B plus F, B plus F, C plus G, C plus G, D plus H, D plus H. That is what it means by saying corresponding values. Huwa tuna add zile namba zinafanana. Kama ni hii ya kwanza inaenda na hii ya kwanza, hii ya pili na hii ya pili, hii ya tatu na hii ya tatu, hii ya nne na hii ya nne. Both addition and subtraction. Sawa sawa. So that means that kama tulikuwa tunasema plus or minus, hapa bado itakuwa plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus. Are we together? So that is how we go about addition. So if we want to add this matrix here, we will first check out whether it belongs in the same order, whether the order of this matrix and this matrix is the same. So what is the order of the first matrix? The order of the first matrix is it has 2 rows and 2 columns. So it is a 2 by 2 matrix. And this one, it has 2 rows and 2 columns. So it is also a 2 by 2 matrix. So the fact that these two are 2 by 2 matrices, it makes it possible for them to be added. And since now we can add, let us now work out the solution here. Let's work out our solution there. 2 plus 2 is going to be equal to 4. So it is 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2, 4, 1, negative 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 5 plus minus 2. What is 5 plus minus 2? 5 plus minus 2, plus minus becomes minus. So 5 plus minus 2 is equal to 3. And that becomes our answer. That becomes our answer. So matrices of the same order can be added or subtracted. Let us have another example. Example 2. We have 4, 2 minus 1, 4 minus 2, 3, negative 1, 4. I want us to subtract that matrix. And for us to subtract this matrix, we will take 4 minus 2. We will check out on the order first. Let's first check out on the order. Our order is going to be 2 by 2 here and 2 by 2 here. So this order will make it possible for us to find the difference. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1. Negative 1 minus minus 1. Negative 1 minus minus 1 is the same as negative 1 plus 1, which is equal to 0. And 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So our matrix will be 2, negative 1, 0, 0. 2, negative 1, 0, 0. So example 3, let's have another one of different order. Example 3. 4, 3, negative 1, 2, 4, 6 plus 2, 3, 2, 0, negative 1, 5. Let us have such of different order. So we check out is the order of this matrix going to be the same. So how many rows do we have? 1, 2. So we have 2 rows. How many columns do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 columns. How many rows do we have here? 1, 2. How many columns do we have? 3 columns. So the fact that our matrix, both of them belong to order 2 by 3, then that makes it possible for us to add or subtract them. So we will now have 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Then 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Then negative 1 plus 2 is equal to 1. Then 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. 4 plus minus 1 is equal to 3. And 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. So that will be our solution. Have you understood? If you have understood, just type yes and say that you have understood. Let me give you a question. solve this question here. 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 0, 4. Solve that question and give me the answer. Just type the answer in the comment section. Jerry Jogona, you've understood. Esther Nyambula, you've understood. Mogole, you've understood. Mark Elvis, yes. Aguet, yes. Habiba Aden, yes. That's good. Haya, nipatieni jibu ya question 1 hapo kwa comment section. Nipeeni jibu ya question 1. Nipatieni jibu ya question 1. Nipeeni jibu ya question 1. Nipatieni jibu la question number 1. Give me the answer for this one. 234 plus 1204. Give me the answer before we proceed. This topic is not that big, and once we cover it, I'm going to send you some assignment. So, nipeni jibu tafadhali. Nani anaweza kufanya hilo swali? Na usifikirie sana. Nilikwambia kuna mahali kwa kutumia kufikiria na kuna mahali unatumia tu macho. So just tell me whether you solve that question or not. Give me the feedback. Habiba Aden, they are not in the same order. Correct. They are not in the same order. Therefore, we cannot be able to add them. So, addition of this, we can say it is negligible. It is not possible. It is not possible. Nani alikuwa ameanza kufanya? Kama ulikuwa umeanza kufanya umenaswa, tumekunasa wewe. Kama ulikuwa umeanza kufanya tumekunasa. So, let's continue. Wacha nikupatia assignment hapa. Hizi tu ni introduction za ku brainstorm. Simplify 246 plus 246 plus 312. Number 2, 42 negative 1, 3211, 484 plus 2 negative 1 0. Hii siseme ni 10, ni 2 negative 1 0, 412 and negative 1 negative 2 4. Andika hizo kama assignment yako. They are not in the same order, not of the same order, not of the same order. That is correct. They are not of the same order. So, andika hayo maswali, utafanya, utanitumia majibu. Addition and subtraction of matrices. We are done with that. Have you understood? If you have a question, just drop the question on the comment section. I want us to proceed to the next subtopic under matrices. So the next subtopic is multiplication of a matrix, or multiplication of a matrix with a scalar, of a matrix with a scalar. A scalar. Multiplication of a matrix with a scalar. Multiplication of matrix with a scalar. A scalar. So what is a scalar? A scalar is just a constant. A scalar is a constant. A scalar is a constant. So you only need to understand that a scalar is an integer. A scalar is an integer, or what we call a number, or what we call a constant. Constant means it doesn't change. So that is what a scalar is. So in this subtopic we learn on how to multiply a matrix with a scalar. And for us to multiply a matrix with a scalar, we will be having our first example. Our example 1. This is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. Sawa sawa. If we have 2 as our scalar, then we are multiplying by matrix A. Niandike vizuri. 2 multiplied by A, B, C, D. 2 multiplied by A, B, C, D. Our 2 is the scalar, or our constant, or our number. So for us to multiply this, we multiply all the elements with 2. All elements of the matrix in our bracket, we multiply by 2. So 2 times A will be equal to 2A. 2 times B will equal to 2B. 2 times C is equal to 2C. And 2 times D is equal to 2D. So our new matrix will be 2A, 2B, 2C, 2D. That is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. 2 multiplied by A, B, C, D is equal to 2A. Then you multiply 2B, then 2C, then 2D. That is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. Let us have our second example. If we have a half multiplied by 2 negative 4 6 10. A half multiplied by 2 negative 4 6 10. How do we go about that one? As we have said, for us to multiply a matrix with a scalar, we are going to multiply the scalar with all the elements of the matrix. We will multiply the scalar with all the elements of the matrix. And when we multiply the scalar with all the elements of the matrix, we are going to multiply a half times 2. That will give us 1. A half times negative 4, it will give us negative 2. 2 times a half times 6, a half times 6 will give us 3. And a half times 10 will give us 5. So that is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. That is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. That is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. That is how we multiply a matrix with a scalar. So we have another question here. We have a question. Let us call this question 1. I want us to solve it together. Question 1. Given that A is equal to 1, 2, 5, 4, and B is equals to 2, 0, 3, negative 4, find A. 3A plus 2B, B 2A minus 4B, and C is 5B minus 2A. I want us to solve those questions. How do we solve those questions? So I'm going to do the first question, A, and you are going to do B and C. I will do A and you will do B and C. And for us to do A, we all have already been given our matrices A and B, given that A is 1, 2, 5, 4 and B is 2, 0, 3, negative 4. So I'm going to find A. Our A, this is the solution. This is the solution. So tutatafuta hii ya kwanza pamoja. Hizi zingine mbili ni wewe upambane nazo, si ngumu. So tufanye ya kwanza. The first question is 3A plus 2B. 3A plus 2B. So just as it is, tutachukua 3 tuweke A. Where is our A? Our A is 1, 2, 5, 4. 1, 2, 5, 4 plus 2. Then our B is 2, 0, 3, negative 4. 2, 0, 3, negative 4. That is how we are going to write it down. So what we are going to do, you cannot first add kama uja multiply na scalar. So we will first work out the scalars, and we will take, as we have said, for us to multiply a matrix with a scalar, we multiply all the elements of the matrix. We multiply all the elements of the matrix. So 3 times 1 is equal to 3. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 3 times 5 is equal to 15. 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Plus 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Once we do that, then we are going to add. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 6 plus 0 is 6. 15 plus 6 is 21. 12 plus minus 8. 12 plus minus, plus and minus becomes minus. So 12 plus minus 8 is equal to 4. So our answer will be 7, 6, 21, 4. 7, 6, 21, 4. Have you understood? If you have understood, just type on the comment section and say, yes, I have understood. Then if you have understood, I want you to proceed with example B and C. Do B and C now. Do B and C now. So do those questions. Send your feedback on WhatsApp. You can just send via WhatsApp and join back. Or just do the 2 questions as part of your assignment. You will submit it to me later. You will submit it to me later so that we can continue. So if we have understood, let's proceed to the next subtopic. Let's proceed to the next subtopic. So do that as part of your assignment. You will submit it later. So saa hii tumefanya multiplication of scalars. Right now I want us to run on multiplication of 2 matrices. 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 Sasa wale wametoka kwanza warudi bio. Naona mmetoka, mmebaki watu 6. Wale wametoka warudi bio. Juu hapa ni muhimu sana ujue. Multiplication of 2 matrices. Wale wametoka warudi bio. Jeli Jogo na waambie wakuje. Waambie wakuje teke. Waambie wakuje siaka mbio. Mbio wakuje mbio. Hapa ndipo sasa kuna maneno ili uelewe vizuri. Now we are multiplying 2 matrices. 2 matrices. We are multiplying 2 matrices. two matrices. I hope umeita kila mtu na kila mtu amerudi. Hawajarudi, watakuja wataendelea tu. So, listen. Two matrices can only be multiplied. Two matrices can only be multiplied. Two matrices can only be multiplied if the number of columns of the first matrix, if the number of column of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows, is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. Two matrices can only be multiplied if the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. Two matrices can only be multiplied if the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. That is the condition in which you can multiply matrices. No other condition, just that. If the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. For example, so if we have a matrix 1, 2, having matrix 1, 2, we want to multiply 1, 2 with 3, 4. We want to multiply matrix 1, 2 with matrix 3, 4. 1, 2 times 3, 4. If you check these matrices very well, they do not belong to the same order. But let us check out whether we can be able to multiply them. So, what is the order of this matrix? The order of matrix 1, 2. How many rows does it have? It has 1 row. How many columns? It has 2 columns. So it is a 1 by 2 matrix. Let us check this one out. It has 2 rows and it has 1 column. 2 by 1 matrix. So this one is row by column. This one is 1. So this one is row by column and this one is row by column. We have said that for us to multiply matrices, the number of columns of the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. The number of columns of the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. So check this one out. Rows, we have in the first matrix, this is the first matrix, this is the second matrix. So in our first matrix, we are concerned about the rows, the columns, sorry. How many columns do we have? 2 columns. How many rows do we have? 2 rows. So these 2 matrices can be multiplied. It is as simple as that. These 2 matrices can be multiplied. They can be multiplied. They can be multiplied. So what we are going to do now, we are going to ask ourselves, how do we multiply 1, 2 matrix multiplied by 3, 4 matrix? So this is a row and this is a column. So how do we multiply it? This is how we are going to multiply it. So it will be 1 times 3. 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4. This one element imeenda na ile ya juu na hii kaenda na hii ya chini. So by doing that, we will get our answer as 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 times 4 is 8. So 3 plus 8 is equal to 11. So our answer is going to be 11. Our answer will be 11. That is how we multiply a matrix with a matrix. Let us have another example too. Example 2, we have 3, 4, 1 multiplied by 1, 0, negative 2. 3, 4, 1 multiplied by 1, 0, negative 2. I want us to multiply that one also. So I want us to multiply a matrix with a matrix. 3, 4, 1 times 1, 0, 2. I want to refill my pen. So for us to multiply this matrix, we are going to determine the order of this matrix. So it has one row, so it is one row by 3 columns. 3 columns. So row by column, we have 3 columns in the first matrix. The second one, it has 3 rows and it has 1 column. So row by column, it has 3 rows. So the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. That means we can be able to multiply the two. So for us to multiply this, we will take 3 times 1 plus 4 times 0 plus 1 times negative 2. So 3 times 1 is 3 plus 4 times 0 is a 0 plus 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So 3 plus 0 is 0, 3, sorry, plus minus 2 is minus, and our answer will be equal to 1. Aya, hata mlishafanya, correct? Esther Aguet, Nelson, Rahab Wamboi, correct? Good people. I can see you are very cooperative. Hata sikuwa najua wani ni nini. Kumbe mshafanya, ni mwalimu hapa nyuma. Haya, naona hiyo mumeelewa. Tufanye ingine. Tufanye ingine. Example 3. Example 3, tuko na matrix 1, 4, 2, 3 multiplied by 2, 4, negative 3, 0. Tuko na hiyo. So kwa such a matrix, tumesema kitu ya kwanza tunaangalia ni order. This one is a 2 by 2 matrix, so the order is 2 by 2. That is row by column. This one also, it is 2 by 2. That is row by column. So we have 2 columns there and we have 2 rows there. So we can be able to multiply that matrix. we can be able to multiply that matrix. So ili tuweze kumultiply hii matrix kwa urahisi, this is how we go about it. Mfuate vizuri hapa. Tukimultiply hii matrix, let me rub here, ili niweke equals hapa. I don't recommend kukuambia 1 times 2 plus 4 times 3 times negative 3, utakuwa lost mahali. I prefer splitting the question. Tunaitoanisha, we split it into kitu ambacho tumefanya na tumeelewa. So the first thing to multiply itakuwa 1 4 and 2 negative 3. So itakuwa 1 4 2 negative 3. Hiyo ndio itatupatia ile digit ya kwanza. You know, a 2 by 2 matrix times a 2 by 2 matrix definitely itatupatia a 2 by 2 matrix. So itakuwa 1 4 times 2 negative 3 ikue hiyo. Then tukitaka ya pili ya ile side itakuwa bado ya juu 1 4 times 4 0. Tukitaka ya chini sasa tutaenda kwa 2 3 na column 2 negative 3. Na tukitaka ya pale mwisho chini itakuwa 2 3 na 4 0. Just that. 2 3 na 4 0. 2 3 4 0. So for us to solve that one now, tutenganishe hapa. Tuna solve venye tunajua. Hii ni 1 times 2. 1 times 2 plus 4 times negative 3. Hii ya chini ni 2 times 2 plus 3 times negative 3. Hii ingine ni 1 times 4 plus 4 times 0. Nayo hii ya chini hapa ni 2 times 4 plus 3 times 0. By doing that, tutapata matrix yetu ya mwisho itakuwa 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus negative 12. 2 plus minus 12 itatupatia negative 10. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 0. Because 4 times 0 is 0, so 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus negative 9 is negative 5. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 0 is 8. So we will have our final answer as negative 10, 4, negative 5, 8. Negative 10, 4, negative 5, 8. Have you understood? Have you understood? Comment whether you have understood. So if you have understood, then I think I'll give you a question. I'll give you a question here. Given that A is equal to 1, 2, 4, 3, find A squared. A squared, 2 marks. And part B, find B in which B equals to A squared plus A. B is equals to A squared plus A, 2 marks. So let me give you a hint on how A squared. What is the meaning of squared? Squared means you multiply it by itself. So itakuwa 1, 2, 4, 3 multiplied by 1, 2, 4, 3. 1, 2, 4, 3 multiplied by 1, 2, 4, 3. Remember, A squared is equal to A times A. A squared is equals to A times A. A squared is equals to A times A. So, I want you to answer those two questions as part of your assignment. Respond to those two questions as part of your assignment. So respond to those two questions as part of your assignment. There is another one bado hapa nitawapatia. This is also part of your assignment. Given that P is equal to 2, 3, 1, 2 and Q is equals to 2, negative 3, negative 1, 2, find matrix PQ. Find matrix PQ. Find matrix PQ. Fanya hiyo 3 marks. A matrix is given by another question. Question 2. A matrix is given by A equals to X 0 5 Y. A, determine A squared. Determine A squared, and that is 2 marks. Determine A squared. Still another question. Question 3. Given that A is equals to 1, 0, negative 2, 3, B is equal to 3, 0, 2, 1, and C is equal to 2AB minus A squared, determine matrix C. Determine matrix C. That is 4 marks. That is 4 marks. I think you can respond to those questions as part of your assignment. Haya, I want us to mention something on equal matrices. Equal matrices. Equal matrices. Equal matrices. Si kitu kubwa hii. So equal matrices is all about knowing that matrices, corresponding matrices are equal. So if we have a matrix like that one, A, B, C, D being equal to E, F, G, H, what that means is that A is equal to E, B is equal to F, C is equal to G, and D is equal to H. That is what you just need to know. And the fact that I've arranged them this way does not necessarily mean that you must arrange them as a matrix. And why is it important to know this? Because there is an application to this. So you may have an example. Find the values of x, y, and z. So we have 2x, 3, 3y, 2x, 3, 3y, 4z is equals to 4, 8, 15, and 24. So we have such a matrix. Aha. So you have been told to solve the unknown x, y, and z. So we have said that for equal matrices, values are equal to their respective correspondence. So that means that 2x is equal to 4. So when you have 2x is equal to 4, you can be able to find x. You will divide both sides by 2, and you will get your x as 2. You are done with x. Then this other one, this is just an example. Tuchukue hiyo nyingine, 3y is equals to 15. 3y is equal to 15. So we will divide both sides by 3. Allow me to replace this and make it 3 so that it at least makes sense. I've just created this question out of the blue. So 3 cannot be equal to 8. So let it just be 3 is equal to 3. So 3y is equal to 15. We divide by 3. We divide by 3. And we are left with y as 5. Then let's determine z. So 4z is equals to 24. We divide both sides by 4 and we will get our z as 6. We will get our z as 6. So generally, that is how we solve for equal matrices. And where does this apply? We'll get some questions on that. So let me give you a question on that as an assignment. Leo assignment nawapatia mingi sana. Mingi, lazima tusome. Kuna swali hapa. Given that A, there is a question here. This is part of your assignment. given that A is equal to 1, 3, 5, 3, B is equal to 3, 1, 5, negative 1, 3, 1, 5, negative 1, comma, C is equals to P0, 0Q, P0, 0Q, and AB is equal to BC. Determine the value of P. Determine the value of P. 3 marks. Determine the value of P. 3 marks. So respond to that question on equal matrices.